Late Night Health continues. I'm Mark Alyn, along with the insane Daryl Wayne.
And present and attending, yes.
Yes, you are. You're the attending.
I'm many things, but I've never been called that.
There we go.
Okay.
Our guest is Dr. Ken Redcross, board-certified internal medicine physician. He is based in New Rochelle, New York, just outside the city. And as I said earlier, he has seen the light and does a lot of things that are considered alternative in his practice, and we applaud him for that. Let's do a little backstep if we can, and that backstep, Dr. Ken, is simply: is stress one of the major causes of disease?
Yeah, unfortunately it is, and stress, number one, can cause illness, which is a little more short-term, right? Our immune system is depressed, we may get a cold, the sniffles, but stress chronically can actually cause heart disease. It can actually lead to cancer as well. So some of the things that you had mentioned before when you were mentioning AHCC, for instance, it's important to think about some of these natural things that have been shown in studies to be beneficial for cancer. But, it's not only about diet. The other thing I love to tell everyone about, once again, we're talking about 15-minute self-reduction makeovers, self-stress reduction makeovers. It's making sure that we clear the clutter, Mark. We all have so much clutter. I wish I could pan everybody into my office now because I have all these papers on my desk that I'm going to clean up right after we're done. Because clearing the clutter shows it increases our productivity and it will, believe me, decrease my stress. So think about that. The other thing I have here is I have like kind of a dry erase board. It's a mini one, actually, Mark, so that I carry it with me. Mm-hmm. And I have tasks actually organized into urgent, important, and non-urgent. Because when I do that the night before, it allows me to kind of get my brain together. And then when the morning comes, I'm able to kind of hit the ground running. And there's nothing better than actually checking off one of those boxes there. Because you have to really be involved to avoid stress in your life. You have to make sure you kind of attack the stress itself and make sure you are making plans on how you manage it each and every day. And then last but not least, we were talking about, or you had mentioned breathing, and so I like to call this part breathing deeper daily. Number one, yoga has been shown to be beneficial. It used to be a fad back in the 80s and the 90s, Mark, but now we know there's some good data that shows that yoga is beneficial. And one of my favorite things is actually meditation, because meditation helps with anxiety and stress. But the big thing that meditation helps as well is with self-awareness. And that's when you really start focusing, for instance, on your Uncle Harry, and you start saying, what is life about? Why do I
Uncle
have a
Harry
problem with
is
Uncle
okay. Harry? Uncle Harry is okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right.
Just say it over and over again. Just chant Uncle Harry's name.
Right.
When you're doing it. But all those things are so beneficial. In addition to exercise, high-intensity interval training. Once again, Mark's been shown to be very beneficial, such as with CrossFit and that sort of thing, which I love to do also, which helps manage my stress. So these are three things. When we talked about clearing the clutter, we talked about breakfast boosters and making sure we're breathing deeper daily. These are things that take just 15 minutes of the day. So don't say with Dr. Redcross, I don't have any time. And, you have to, once again, be very proactive in order to manage stress and anxiety.
You also mentioned, the gut. And over the last couple of years, the gut has been really become the focus of disease. So I know that when I'm stressed, my tummy goes crazy.
Yeah,
right?
That's a very good example. That is a wonderful example. Think about your stress, or you have to go and give some big presentation and so forth. The next thing you know, you have to go to the restroom. That just shows you that the gut is so connected, not only just to what we eat and how we digest, but it's connected to our brains as well. And we already know it's also connected to our immune system. So you're right. Gut health has become a big focus for us in the healthcare community.
Working with stress, we got all kinds of things going on here. Working with stress, reducing stress is probably the number one way of preventing disease and letting it grow.
Yeah, no, you're right, actually. And it's something that's really worth giving a go. In other words, really sitting down. And I've even before sat down and written down the things that are causing me so much stress and anxiety. Because once again, this is proactive. This will not happen through osmosis. You really have to take time to give yourself a break. You need to be able to unplug. That's what I was mentioning meditation for. It allows me to unplug from the world. That's my 20 minutes that no one can call me, no one can text me, no one can email me. That's when I can
kids and
unplug
wife
from the
can't
world.
come into the office.
No, not at that point. That is Dr. Redcross's time. And we all need it. We all need that because if you think about it, you're never unplugged. So avoiding stress is of paramount importance to avoid disease because stress causes inflammation. Inflammation causes disease. And so it's important that we are actively managing that every single day.
Well, we have, just touched on stress. And as we get into the new year, I know that we'll have you back and we'll talk more about stress and other areas that you help families with in your practice. By the way, Dr. Redcross has been on Headline News, The Doctors, The Insider, E! Entertainment. He has more camera time almost than I do. I'm just old.
That's not possible.
Yeah, I know.
Daryl may be right. I may agree with him on that one.
Dr. Ken, thank you very much. Hold on a second, will you?
Sure.
Coming up next, we're going to start a new series with Dr. Teresa Dale. We'll be talking about homeopathy, alternative health. She doesn't even know all the things we're going to talk about, but we're going to. And we're going to have a lot of fun doing it. We invite you to join us at latenighthealth.com, latenighthealth.com, also at facebook.com/latenighthealth. More coming up. Dr. Dale around the corner.